And welcome to World War G. I'm Troy.
Troy is literally one of a kind. He's a goblin or a hobbit or a kobold, which is a type of gremlin.
I'm AJ.
AJ, what kind of name is AJ? Oh, you race cars?
After a week off, a very rare week off. We don't do that often.
No.
But with the schedules being what it was, Sunday, I was out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, you were out of town.
Yeah.
And so it just didn't
The
quite.
stars didn't align.
Didn't align.
No.
But
that just means that this episode is going to be that much better.
That's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you went down to California, right?
Yes, yeah. To visit some of my gaming friends.
Yeah. I saw you went to California Adventure.
Right? No.
Oh.
No. So I went to...
Maybe that was an old picture you posted or something.
Yes, yeah. It was. So I went down there. We stayed in LA, East Hollywood. It was really cool because I go running in the morning when I'm down there. Well, okay. It started out, I went, the first time I went down there a couple of years ago, it started out where I was just I'll go run in the morning, it's kind of fun. And then, her dad really thought that was cool. And he is this 90-year-old dude that's, he's running around constantly, running upstairs and stuff. I'm pretty sure he'll live to be 100. Sure. But anyways, I ran once in the morning, and they're like, oh, that's sweet. Are you going to go running tomorrow? And then it kind of became my thing. So now every single time I go down there, I kind of a little bit feel obligated to be the running guy, so right. I just run. But it's kind of cool because you run 2 blocks and then you hit Sunset Boulevard. You run 2 more blocks, you hit Hollywood Boulevard, and then you keep going, and then you run into Griffith Park and all these other things. And I ran up to the tunnel where that scene from Back to the Future where he's riding on the wall. Yeah, ran up to that thing, nice. Took a couple of pictures, ran up to the observatory as well, which was kind of fun.
The Griffith Observatory, by the way, has been in hundreds of films.
Oh yeah. I did see a couple of TikTokers. I wanted to just photobomb their TikTok, but I didn't, because they were all wearing masks. These Oriental girls that were doing these different dances and flips and stuff. And yeah, I'm all right.
Welcome to Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody, I swear to God, every other person was on their phone, doing something, taking pictures, taking selfies, and yeah, it was very vain. Although, at first I'm damn, there are. Oh, and I did also see and say hi to Steve-O.
Really?
He was out walking his cat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Walking his cat.
Yeah. It seems like a very East Hollywood thing. Then I also saw Kristen Stewart.
Really?
She was in her neighborhood, because I decided rather than go to Griffith Park, just the neighborhood to the north. I don't know. I'm confused. Once I get out of Utah, I forget which direction is which. But just to the right of where the park is, there's all these nice neighborhood, and as soon as you enter the neighborhood, the air smells better. There's no trash on the streets. Everybody's houses look nice. They all have security things posted out front. And when you first go into the neighborhood, it says hey, you're going to be on surveillance. And I saw a couple of drones flying around, so I'm pretty sure they were watching me as well. It's by Post is the company, not the food brand, but the security system people. They were driving around the neighborhood and stuff, controlling it. They're hey, just so you know, you're going to be recorded while you're here. I'm okay, I don't care. I had sunglasses and a hat, so but yeah, walked by. It was she was out there, and then there was a dude that I saw in his garage that he had a laptop and a computer and everything else set up, and he waved to me and was oh hi, and just kind of wait. I'm not sure who he was, but he could have been a famous writer or a director or something. But he just waved to me. Everybody was way friendly up there.
Weird.
Got some cool pictures of the whole LA skyline, but then I take a walk back down the hill, and then it smells like homeless. There's trash everywhere. There's rats and there's homeless people everywhere.
Sounds like Vegas.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's the thing with Los Angeles that a lot of people don't realize is that you can go to certain parts and it's just like you were saying. It's rich. It's affluent.
Mm-hmm.
Movie stars everywhere. Steve-O walking his cat.
Right.
And then just a couple blocks down, it's scene of like some apocalyptic film,
Basically, I saw
like
this
Mad
one.
Max.
Okay, it was trippy. I was at the gas station, like, and we were getting some gas, and there was this person that was like screaming, and they were laying there, and I thought that they didn't have any legs. It looked like they didn't have any legs, and they just had like a shirt on, and he was like going all crazy. And then like when we started pumping gas, he stands up. He's wearing like these black stiletto high heels that you zip up on the side. No pants, free balling it, with just a shirt on, walking up, and he's just like, "Hey, do you got any change?" I'm like, "Sorry, I only have a card on me, sorry, man." And he's like, "Oh, it's all good," and then walked over to like somebody else and started asking him, like, yeah, the dude was like half naked, like he was Donald Ducking or Winnie the Pooh in that shit,
right.
yeah,
And Donald Duck in it.
yeah. And just walking around, and then like he walked past our vehicle again, and I was holding my phone, but I kind of like moved it over because like he like started looking in the window. I'm like, "Can I help you?" And he's like, "Oh no." And then just like walked off. But then he just like walked across the street, and nobody said anything. This dude just in a shirt, and, yeah,
It's Los Angeles for you,
right? Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, then went over to Palm Springs, and it was like 111 to 117 every day. So it was so damn hot. So I'm pretty sure the whole time, like, you're just basically paying for like the rooms. You're paying to use the AC.
right? Yeah.
Because you just had that on full blast the whole entire time. And then yeah, we gamed it up, and it was a good trip.
You get a picture of Steve-O or his cat?
I did not, no, because he was talking to somebody else, or I would have.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm trying to think if I've been to California several times, but I've never seen like a celebrity just like in a casual, in their natural habitat.
Yeah.
Like I saw Mario Lopez when I was at Disneyland, but he was doing something for Entertainment Tonight, so that didn't really count.
Right.
But it's such a weird thing because, like, you want to go talk to him, but at the same time, you don't want to.
Because you don't want to be that guy?
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
No.
You want to be like the cool guy where you want to be like, yeah, I know you're famous, but, I'm just like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah. Kind of do the head nod, kind of deal. Yeah.
It's like, I know you're famous, but,
No, he did say, like, morning and stuff to us, but, yeah.
Yeah. No, by all accounts, from what I heard, Steve-O's a really nice guy, really.
Right? Yeah. Definitely doesn't look the part where like he's all tatted up and he's got like some crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you just like saw him in a dark alley, you might be like, "All right, who is this?" Like dude shooting up or something. But no, he's way super nice and chill.
Nice.
And it was weird. It was like everybody was wearing their masks again, and if you go into, you could wear it like you didn't have to wear one when you were outside. But some people were, but you did have to wear it when you went into like these buildings and stuff.
Yeah, I've been seeing that more and more at work
with that Delta variant going around, which I feel like there's like I'm gonna let you in on a secret. There's a conspiracy going around here, Jerome.
God,
this is my own personal one. Okay. So Corona, they're trying to take out the beer company, right? Now, Delta, like, okay, I had some stock in Delta, and it was really because everybody's flying now, and I flew Delta, and everybody's flying now, so I'm like, oh, this will be good. And then I sold it because I heard about the Delta variant, and then it plummeted by like 30%. So they're trying to take out Delta Airlines. Next is going to be the Microsoft variant. That's my prediction. It's going to be Microsoft or Marvel variant.
What that tells me is that people are ridiculously stupid.
No, this is my own theory, dude. Like,
no, like you're saying, no. If Delta, like if the stock plummeted,
yeah, it did by like 30%.
It's just called the Delta variant. Then people are stupid.
They
think that's any correlation.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're not wrong because Corona sales
plummeted.
dropped.
Yeah. You're like, it has nothing to do with Corona. Yeah.
It's like Delta. It's like Alpha, Beta, whatever C is, and Delta. Charlie, or yeah.
Charlie variant, yeah.
Delta, Epsilon,
Echo.
Well, I'm thinking like the Greek.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking like the ones that they typically use in the military.
Yeah. Which that's another thing that irritates me.
You know what grinds my gears?
is I worked at a company where
Was this at the car dealership?
yeah,
Yeah,
well, I was doing deliveries.
right. And they have to read off VINs.
And read off, or numbers on invoices and stuff, and we had to do that stupid military alphabet thing, and like, I get it.
Right.
It's like, it's so you don't get like M and N confused,
Mm-hmm.
but that's more for like if you're in a combat situation.
Right. Where if you're doing it just as like a civilian, just a regular person, saying
delivering bumpers to Chryslers, like it's not in a life or death situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It does make the stakes seem a little higher.
Yeah.
For no apparent reason. But I also hate it. Like, that's what bugs me, is when people will be like, A as in apple, E as in, like, echolocation. They have, like, the weirdest ass, like, I don't know, elephant, or C as in camel. I'm like, oh, okay. I hate that worse. Like,
I actually do that.
Really? Oh, damn.
Because I hate the military alphabet.
So you purposely...
Yeah, I purposely don't do
S
that.
as in Superman. Wait, are all of yours, like,
No.
Marvel related? Or
Actually,
DC
it's funny.
or something?
When I do that, like, all the words go out of my head. Like, I can't think, and I sound so stupid. Just, okay, so it's K for...
Hey, what's the K word?
And there's a lot longer of a pause than there should be. Like, kite. K for kite.
The worst would be like, K is for, like, as in cat.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Alright. So...
Moving forward.
Yes, moving on. So, a couple weeks ago, we had our State of the Podcast address.
Yeah. Which I went back and listened to it. It's a pretty good episode.
It is a good episode.
Yeah.
That definitely won't be the norm for episodes.
No.
But, because I don't want to depress everybody. So, I've been thinking about Patreon. And what we've been doing, I'm sure you've all figured it out by now, is once a month we'll put the full episode on Podbean.
Right.
And then the rest of the episodes of the month will be
half episodes.
Will be half episodes, just 30-minute chunks.
Right. And
Well,
then we put in like that note where it's just like, hey, if you want to listen to the rest, come on over here.
And then all the full episodes are always on Patreon.
Yes.
Well, what we're going to do now is we're going back to putting all the full episodes on Podbean and wherever you get your podcasts.
Right.
Every week. But then over on Patreon, that's where we're going to continue to do all the extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So our DLCs, our
After
Dark, our videos, which still need to get going. But anything extra, like if we do any interviews, stuff like that.
Which we will be doing here shortly.
Like we'll do, I may do with the interviews, what I do with the episodes, I'll put part of the interview on Podbean and then the full interview over on Patreon.
Right.
But yeah, so pretty much anything extra that you want from us is going to be over on Patreon, except for the episodes. Which the episodes will continue to be on Patreon, but
right,
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's that. Now, also, if you remember a few weeks back, we did a little bit called the Real Dream Team.
Yes.
Where we took, 5 characters that an actor had played and pit them up against each other and see who would come out on top.
Right.
And
you had picked Stallone, right?
Schwarzenegger,
that's who it was.
It was Schwarzenegger versus Will Smith. Will Smith ended up winning.
With the genie and Hancock and a couple other, yeah.
So I started thinking, I came up with somebody.
All right.
And I only need one character.
Out of all the characters that they played?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Morgan Freeman. Because in Bruce Almighty, he played God.
Damn.
So even if you're going up against the genie or whatever, snap out of existence.
Yeah.
Completely gone because it's motherfucking God.
Damn. That's a really good point.
Mm-hmm. Hard to beat.
Yeah.
Hard to beat the creator.
Yeah. What are some of Morgan Freeman's other roles that you could just throw in the mix, just for kicks and giggles?
Let's throw in. I guess I don't really need to, but if you want me to,
Yeah.
let's throw in like his character from Seven. He played a police detective on Seven. He
he was even in Suicide Squad.
See, I wasn't ready for this because I only had the one.
Yeah.
He plays mostly like he doesn't ever play like big bombastic characters. Like he always plays people that are very like just normal humans.
Except for like in the Hitman, Wife's Bodyguard. Did you see that one? He's rocking a guns, quite a few guns. But yeah, for the most part, definitely does. You're right. But damn, you only need the one.
I don't need one.
Well played, Troy.
Thank
well
you.
Played.
Thank you. Oh, you could be you could throw in Vitruvius from the Lego movie. He's kind of a wizard.
He does a lot of voice acting.
Well, he's got the voice, man.
He does.
Morgan Freeman, come on. Can't get much better than that. And the dude's still working too.
Yeah. Well, how old is he?
He's he was born in 1937. So how old is that?
84.
There you go. 84. Still working.
Do you I mean, it's good that they're still working, and if they're coherent enough to do that, but are there a lot of like really famous older actors that you like that are really that do a fantastic job? They've been in the game for quite some time.
Yeah. Like
it's like the words all of the time, all of a sudden.
Yeah. I want Michael
Keaton.
No. See, that's who keeps popping in my mind. And Michael Douglas keeps popping. No, Michael. He's English. Michael. Fuck.
I think that's his last name.
Michael Fuck. Yeah, I think that's what it is. No, it's
Caine.
Michael Caine. Thank you.
Yeah, I had to think.
Yeah, he's really good. Dame Judi Dench. She's really good. Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
All English people, I'm realizing.
They just have something about them where it's like they've got class, and you whatever they say, you're like, it's going to be interesting because of their accent and then just their charisma that they have about them. Maybe that's it.
I'm trying to think of old working American actors.
Well, Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Robert Redford.
Mm-hmm. Although Robert Redford, he did that movie, The Man and the Gun or whatever. It wasn't that good.
Really?
No, it was kind of trash. I thought it was going to be great, and they played it off like it was going to be this True Grit-esque type of movie.
Well, actually, that was actually his last film, I think.
It was, yeah.
Now he's just kind of working behind the scene. Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
Doesn't get more Americano.
Old American than
yeah.
Clint Eastwood, yeah. So now it's up to you to think of someone who could defeat God.
Deal. I'll work on it.
Alright. I have a few ideas, but I don't want to give anything away.
Okay. Who are some of these God killers?
Alright, let's get into This Week in Geek.
This weekend.
Geek.
So, this has been all over the news lately. Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney over Black Widow release on Disney Plus. Now, here's what happened. Apparently, Scarlett Johansson's contract basically said that she would get, that when the movie was released in theaters, she would get a percentage of whatever it made in theaters.
Right.
What they did not tell her is that they were going to release it at the same time
on Disney Plus. Right.
Thereby,
because I don't think Disney Plus was like out at the time that they started filming, wasn't it? Right?
No. Thereby cutting her profits quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
because of that.
Right.
I mean, on Disney Plus, it made I think $60 million.
Mm-hmm.
But you could just pay that $30 and the entire family can watch.
Right.
Whereas if you go to the theater, everybody has to get a ticket, right?
And I feel like Disney should have on like two sides of the coin. I guess they weren't like really planning on this, or no, Disney, they know what the hell they're doing.
They do.
So I kind of have to side a little bit with like Scarlett, because that seems kind of not a low blow. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but
it seems a little shady.
It does. Yeah. They should have at least said like, hey, or gone back in their contract and said, hey, we are also releasing it over here, you know. And I had some friends that were saying like, oh, Scarlett Johansson, she's just being greedy and stuff. But I'm like, if the movie's not going to make what it would normally, a Marvel movie would normally make, you know, and then you cut that in half.
Yeah. Well, it's not about the money.
No.
It's about the principle of the thing.
Right.
Because she has enough money.
Yeah.
She doesn't need that money. That's not the point. That's not where... See, that's what people aren't getting. That's not the point. The point is, they told her this is what was going to happen, and then they did something different.
Right.
I mean, that would be, like, at any job. If, for example, if I was told, oh, you know, we'll pay you X amount of dollars to work overtime...
Mm-hmm.
If you want to come in, fine. But then you get 3 other people coming in to work overtime, and then they split all that money amongst the 3 of you.
Right.
And they didn't say that they were going to do that
in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
I feel like Disney should have gone back and just said, because this is kind of pivotal for movies going forward, because Disney doesn't have any plans of not releasing these movies like they have been doing with like Mulan and these other ones, right? Mm-hmm. And going forward, you're not going to see those numbers in the theaters for quite some time, so they need to start writing that in there. They're like that they would give them a percentage.
Yeah, and I think what this is going to do is whoever works for Disney now, this is going to be like put into their contracts.
Right.
It's like they're going to ask, like, hey, are you going to release this on Disney Plus? Because if you are, I want a cut of that too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because in the article, it says that she lost out on potentially another $50 million.
Damn.
On top of the $20 million she already made for the film.
Right. So she's getting a lot of, like, flack, but it's not like Disney's broke by any means.
No.
They've got a shit ton of money.
No. Now, Disney has responded.
Oh, okay.
In a statement saying it has, quote, the lawsuit has, quote, no merit whatsoever.
Wow.
Saying that they have fully complied with Miss Johansson's contract, and furthermore, the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus with Premier Access has significantly enhanced her ability to earn additional compensation on top of the $20 million she has received to date.
Wait, what does that mean? Like that part there?
I don't know.
Right? Trying to like... Because this is her last role as Scarlett Johansson. They've already set that other girl up. What they could potentially do, and I've heard theories about this, that Captain America, when he went back, or there's a variant, you know, of Black Widow, and she could reprise her role, or when Captain America went back to Red Skull and says, hey, a soul for a soul, gives back the Soul Stone, then he gets Scarlett Johansson's soul back. So she's not technically dead. So that kind of might have, like, screwed that chance of that ever being a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that seems weird. Like, I get that they're following by the letter of the law. Hey, this is what we decided to do. But then you throw in this other factor that nobody had planned for.
Right, yeah.
Mm.
And again, I think that's what this is all about. It's just that
In that last little part is Disney trying to say that, like, hey, you know, by us putting this movie out there, it makes it so she's a bigger celebrity, so she could potentially land bigger roles.
yeah, I think maybe that's what they're saying. Like,
That's what it
because
kind of like sounded like.
yeah, because I don't think she's gonna get any more
Compensated
money
from it. No,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, without suing them, of course, but
Right.
I don't know. I mean, and going after Disney, that's
That's
dangerous.
Does she have the money though to do so?
I'm sure she has the money to hire some pretty high-priced lawyers, but
Right.
she ain't got Disney money.
No.
Disney has an army of lawyers
Yeah.
at their disposal.
I want this to.
How do you think it's going to end?
I don't see Disney backing down, especially with that statement
Yeah.
where they're like, "Hey, we didn't breach the contract. We did everything we were supposed to." She might be paid some money under the table, though.
See, that's what I was thinking. I think this will be settled out of court.
Right.
She may not get that full 50 that she's owed, but she'll get something.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that this will make her it'll have other companies shying away from picking her up?
Maybe.
This could have some ramifications on future roles
Maybe.
that she lands. I don't think it would have anything, like, it wouldn't be hard for her to land a role at some of these other studios that don't have a streaming service.
Right.
But maybe these other ones that are going to be releasing a streaming service, they might be a little more tentative to hire her on.
Yeah.
But I guess it just depends on where these studios feel. Do they also side with other studios? They don't want to, like, be on Disney's bad side?
Did
Did she just get blackballed?
I don't know if she's been blackballed necessarily.
Is it blacklisted? I don't know what it is.
I think she's too big of a name,
Right.
to not get roles. I don't think she's gonna have another character that's as popular or as big as Black Widow has been.
Right.
Because before Black Widow came along, she was not an unknown, but not an A-lister by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
Same with Robert Downey Jr., same with Chris Evans, same with all these guys.
They'd done, like, great roles, and they were pretty, like... Well, maybe Robert, because he also did Sherlock Holmes.
Well,
and also
Sherlock Holmes came out after Iron Man.
That's true. Yeah.
In 2008, no studio wanted to hire Robert Downey Jr.
because he was kind of an alcoholic.
Yeah. Because he had drug problems. And
Yeah.
alcohol problems. No studio wanted to insure him.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I think she'll be fine.
She does have. I feel like she has the fans' support, right? Everybody wants to look out for their celebrity rather than like these big studios.
Well, what I've seen online, like on Facebook and stuff, a lot of people are mixed about this.
Really?
Because a lot of people just think, oh, it's a millionaire wanting more millions, and they're not seeing kind of the bigger picture here.
She's like, if anything, she's trying to help out these future people, right, that are in the MCU, because they could be potentially screwed out of like a shit ton of money as well.
She's setting a precedent.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure a lot of other actors, like if they had problems with Disney, like they wouldn't dare go after them.
Right,
But now that Scarlett Johansson has, maybe now they're thinking, oh, maybe I might have something here. I might have merit here.
A case,
I might have a case. Like, I think Emma Stone with Cruella, I think I've heard that she's thinking about suing Disney.
Really?
Or whatever, yeah.
Because in her contract, she only got the money from the theaters as well?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I didn't click on the story. I just read that. I just read the headline.
Are there any other ones? Like, could they go back as well with some of these other ones that they've released exclusively?
I don't think so. I think...
Or moving forward?
Yeah, I think if...
Depending on how this one turns out.
If the movie's already out, if it's done, if the actor's been
compensated,
been paid,
hmm
and moved on. I don't think there's much of a precedent there, but yeah. But with her being like, well, wait a second, you never said you're going to put this on Disney Plus.
right.
Like, you know, I want my cash.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how it all turns out. I hope we actually get to hear it, and it doesn't like it's not all done behind closed doors. And then she can't even like they're like, all right, we'll pay you, you know, your $50 million, but you can't speak about it.
Right.
And you can't go on talk shows and talk about it like
Right.
at all. So we don't.
Or
get
will
all the
come after you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So speaking of bigger studios and bigger people, celebrities here, Lucasfilms is hiring a YouTuber, deep faker, who put Luke and Leia. So he made like this little like mini series that he'd taken their faces, these celebrities, Luke, and done a much better job putting their face onto the scene that they had done in the movie. Since, like, you know, you had Princess Leia that she's already since passed away, he went back there and put the face back on it and actually did it correctly. But he did such a fantastic job that fans thought it was way better. And if you get a chance, check out this video. But
I'm watching it now.
yeah, it looks so much better, and like he does a great, fantastic job. Like so much so with the CGI that Lucasfilms is wanting to hire him.
They have hired him.
They have hired him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you remember in The Mandalorian, that last episode when Luke showed up, it was cool to see him, but you go back and watch it, the original one, and it just looks off.
It does, just a little bit.
Looks a little off.
From the character that's actually walking around and his face on top of it.
And then this guy went in and
redid that scene.
Wow, it looks like Mark Hamill from 1977 just walked onto the set.
It does. Yeah.
I guess it would have been 82 because Return of the Jedi, but you know, get my point. But yeah, it's really good. I'm glad that Lucasfilm was like, let's hire this dude.
You're right. Do you think, like, my one reservation would be, do you think that they had a little bit more time? Like, he had more time to kind of, like, perfect these scenes? Because he also went back through, like, Rogue One as well. But, you know, he's given, like, a year to come up with this little clip where these bigger studios, when they're trying to put out a movie, they only have, like, you know, a month. They're kind of on a time crunch.
Well, I don't know how quickly he did it.
Right.
Like what the timeline was. But
I still
usually with a story like this, it would be, you know, Lucasfilm sent him a cease and desist and
yeah.
You know, don't do this, and
but they recognize potential.
Yeah,
and they picked him up. Yeah. I don't know if he'll be able to continue posting any more of these type of videos.
I wouldn't think so.
Right? Because that could potentially be spoilers. Yeah. He's like, hey, I'm working on this project here.
I think his YouTube career is probably done.
Right. But unless he branches into other stuff.
That's true. You can do other things.
Right. You get enough subscribers already. Yeah. Hey, which, by the way, congrats on 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, 1,234.
But who's counting, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. So I had to get sure of that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, go to our TikTok for the podcast.
Yes.
Which is just World War G Podcast. We're going to be posting more stuff over there. Yeah, that's beside the point.
But I'm glad that they didn't, like, just, you know, put a stop to it and actually picked them up.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to hear that, like, they recognize talent, you know, in whatever form it is.
And I wonder if that's because, like, you're just a bunch of, like, tech nerds being like, oh, this guy's really good. Let's go hire him. And it wasn't like a producer's decision or anything like that. Like, it was just that little group.
Right.
Be like, hey, let's go get this guy.
And then they pop it, like, put it into a bigger story than... Or what do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, what I'm thinking, it was just this small little group at Lucasfilm.
Yeah. Oh, that said, let's go pick him up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Other than, like, you know, like the head of Lucasfilm, like, I'm sure he didn't see this guy. It had to have been the guys that were, you know, on the computers doing these effects. The effects guys,
Right. Yeah.
that saw this, be like, hey, let's go offer this guy a job, and nobody tell the boss.
So it gives us hope, especially like, you know, someone like yourself, where you do voice acting, that they can be like, oh, he's got some talent. Let's pick him up. Let's hire him.
Yeah.
That's the dream, at least.
Hasn't happened so far, especially on casting call.
Yeah. Have you given up on that, like, that site?
Kind of.
Really?
I've done 88 auditions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now, how many projects have been completed, or how many I've done? 0.
Damn. It's a little disheartening.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. But you hear those stories all the time, like, oh, you know, I went on 200 auditions before anything happened, or, you know, I went years without booking any work, and blah,
And then
blah,
all of a
blah.
sudden, this
And
is,
then
you
that
know,
one thing.
the stars aligned.
So I've slowed down on it significantly, but I'll still hop on there occasionally.
Okay.
Alright, so if y'all know who Bob Odenkirk is, he had a little bit of a health scare. He's been on, you probably know him best from Breaking Bad. He's on now Better Call Saul. He was in the movie Nobody. He's done a lot of comedy.
Yes.
So he actually collapsed on the set of Better Call Saul. And he was in a Albuquerque medical facility getting looked at. Apparently, from what I've heard lately, is that they're thinking that he had a mild heart attack.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And he's a relatively, like, younger actor, right? And
Well, I mean, he's in his 50s.
50s, okay.
But you think of people that in a heart attack, they're either, like, in their 70s,
Yeah.
or, you know, they're really unhealthy, really overweight,
Mm-hmm.
and he's neither of those.
Right.
So, yeah, it came as quite a surprise.
Was this in the middle of filming?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, he literally collapsed on set. But I think since then, this was a couple weeks ago, since then he's made a full recovery. He's fine. He's back on set.
Oh, wow, okay. That's some dedication right there.
Yeah. It was just a little, like I said, just a little heart trouble, but by all accounts, he's fine. So that's good.
Yeah, especially since I know that they were planning on doing another second Nobody.
Yeah. But it just tells you that you never know.
Right.
Like, there could be some celebrity that just drops dead tomorrow.
Chadwick.
Yeah.
That's his bucket.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman.
Boseman. Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at somebody like The Rock. I mean, his heart has got to be pumping so much blood so often
Yeah.
that you think eventually it's just going to give out.
Right. On set, something's going to happen.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, the dude doesn't stop.
No. Movie after movie, like, role after role.
Plus
like,
working out.
Working out constantly.
He never stops working out.
No, yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
You follow him on Instagram, dude, like, the dude's always posting videos,
Yeah.
like, every single day about, oh, just in the gym, thought I'd stop and say hi. You know,
Though
it's like,
I have to admit, I did stop following him on Instagram because it just became him selling all of his stuff. Constantly.
promoting his tequila and everything else.
Promoting his tequila, his
workout
shoes,
regimen, his shoes, yeah.
his clothing brand.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, that's
Is there
enough.
okay? Is there at this very moment? Is there any celebrity besides Tom Hanks that you would be like completely shocked if they just dropped dead?
If I'd be like super depressed or something.
Yeah, to where you just be like, oh damn, that just really like ruined my whole week.
Paul McCartney.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like you said, Tom Hanks.
Trying to think of that one celebrity that would just be like, wait,
I was
dead?
actually thinking about this the other day. Like, would I be really depressed if I woke up tomorrow and found out that they had died? What was I thinking? Oh, Conan O'Brien.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know Robin Williams hit you pretty hard.
Robin Williams, yep, that hit me really hard. Carrie Fisher hit me really hard.
Stan Lee
hit me pretty hard, but that was expected. I mean, he was,
yeah.
he was super old. I'm trying to think somebody that's fairly.
Rob Paulson.
Oh yeah, Rob Paulson.
That would be like, I'd be like, damn, what the heck?
Yeah, he would be one that I would be really upset.
Yeah.
Especially the scare he had a couple years ago with his throat cancer.
Yeah, even like even younger select. I think it might hit a little bit harder these guys that aren't like super old.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They might be up there, but they're not like, knocking on death's door.
Also, I'd say the manner of their death would also be a factor in that.
You
know?
Especially with like a Kobe Bryant, where it's like that helicopter crash.
Yeah, or Robin Williams. Or, Carrie Fisher,
Yeah, I guess that would play a role, like, in it.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think.
Yeah.
So, with the Olympics coming to a close today, I had to bring up this story because I thought it was too damn funny. Over in Tokyo, they made all of the beds out of cardboard, and their intentions behind it were to prevent Olympians from having sex, because if it had two people on the beds, it was supposed to break.
Right.
But then, like, there's all these YouTube videos, and there's like TikToks and tons of different things going on of these Olympians trying to break the bed, which I think already is kind of in poor class. I get, like, when you're around a lot of people your same age and you're just joking around and, like, in the moment you're like, oh, this would be really funny, let me jump on the bed. But I'm like, that kind of, like, I don't know, hold yourself a little bit to a higher standard, especially when you're an Olympian. But I get also being a kid as well, and I was surprised at how many kids there were in the Olympics.
Right.
That one girl, she won gold. She was like 14 years old on the high dive. All those skateboarders, I don't think anyone was older than like 19. So I definitely get it. But I just thought it was kind of funny that they'd showed a video of the first bed that was actually broken. But in previous Olympics, what they have done is at the Olympic Village, they have always handed out like gift baskets with like perfumes, colognes, and a shit ton of condoms.
Oh, it's an orgy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. The Olympic Village becomes an orgy after a while.
It's like, damn, you're good looking, I'm good looking. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of funny that Tokyo tried to put a stop to that.
Tokyo, I don't know if you realize this, but there are more ways to have sex than laying down on a bed.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, that's the most boring place you could do it.
Right.
Like, You know?
Which we'll be talking about just that, on our DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, World War G After Dark is going to be all about sex. So right after this, click over there and listen to it.
But yeah, you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to have it in a bed.
Yeah. Like, they have a floor. Like,
Showers.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't really need a bed, but okay. That's fine. It's fine.
It also feels like it kind of feels appropriate because Tokyo is all about innovating stuff, and with them, what was that one thing that they released for Nintendo where you could build stuff out of cardboard? I feel like they just got a shit ton of those devices and made the beds out of it. Like, go green. Like, we want to show that we're innovative, but we're also environmentally friendly.
Yeah. But somebody didn't end up breaking one?
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Were they jumping on it or what?
They were.
Okay.
But those cardboard beds look pretty sturdy from the other videos.
Yeah.
I think it was recycled cardboard as well.
Right. No, it's not like they made like old Amazon boxes or anything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was pretty heavy duty cardboard.
That'd be hilarious if it was, though.
By the way, there are some boxes that I encounter at work
that are indestructible.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck built this thing?
Yeah. Like stuff like oatmeal and stuff comes in. I'm like, I try to tear it after I cut it open. I'm like,
you have to go all Hulk on it.
Yeah. It's like, seriously?
They just don't want their product broken,
Apparently not.
Especially if they already have a flimsy container that they're held in, right? I feel like the cardboard has to be stronger.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. So this story, man, I've been seeing this everywhere. The people are legit depressed over this.
Yeah.
Arthur over on PBS.
It is not a wonderful kind of day.
Has been canceled after 25 years. Here's the thing. When's the last time you ever watched Arthur?
I was in middle school or elementary school.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Who the fuck cares that this has been canceled? But I belong to several groups on Facebook that do 90s nostalgia and stuff. And people were genuinely upset. Like, I can't believe they canceled it. My childhood has died.
I don't think you could get those.
Watched Arthur.
Like the Mrs. Frizzle, the Magic School Bus or something that got canceled. It's like, nah, alright, whatever.
Even when I was a kid, I never watched Arthur. I had no interest in that.
I did
show.
when I was sick, and there was nothing else on TV to watch.
See, I was watching Magic School Bus.
Oh, you were probably watching
Price is Right.
Price is Right. You were watching Judge Judy.
Yeah, Golden Girls, Jerry Springer. That stuff I was watching. I'm not turning over to PBS and watching Arthur. It's boring as shit.
Damn. All right. Well, I get it, Troy. I get it. That's what we were watching. Watching Arthur. No, the other ones I would watch when I was sick. Step by Step.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one.
Yep.
Family Matters, Gilligan's Isle,
Unsolved Mysteries. Ever watch that?
Oh yeah.
Tonight on Unsolved Mystery.
So Pokemon's first live-action show is coming to Netflix, and it'll be featuring Detective Pikachu. They had some success with Detective Pikachu, and they're running with it. To me, I didn't feel like Detective Pikachu was all that great. It was kind of interesting and cool to see larger than life. I thought they fucked up Charizard. I thought he looked kind of stupid. And also, you wouldn't, even as a child, you wouldn't be able to tell that Pikachu's voice was your dad's
Was your dad?
voice.
Yeah.
Right?
That was the thing that bothered me.
Yeah. I'm like, you really couldn't
Like,
tell?
even Pikachu kind of had the mannerisms of Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
And, like, if that's your dad, like, you'd be like, Dad?
Within the first couple of minutes.
Or why do you sound like my dad?
Yeah.
Right?
They have not yet said whether it's going to, like, Ryan Reynolds is going to be reprising his role or if they'll get somebody else. But I think it would be a misstep if they didn't, because that's kind of like a huge draw for them.
Right.
But with all the Pokemon that they have showing here, they're branching out way further than the original 150.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And it'll be cool, I guess, for, like, other people. But I don't think I'll care all that much.
No, I mean, like you said, I saw Detective Pikachu. I liked it, you know, and I'm not a big Pokemon fan.
Right.
I liked it. I thought it was kind of interesting. I'm sure a bunch of kids liked it, but
well, I mean, it grossed $433 million.
So it did okay.
Yeah.
Did all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, a series.
It's going to be released in November 2022.
Okay.
In case you're
wondering. The series isn't for us.
Yeah.
But we'll still have to
check it out. Yeah. For the podcast.
It's our rallying cry. All right, let's get to our Revs and Recs. So I saw The Jungle Cruise.
I know you're a little on the fence. Like, you love The Rock.
I do.
But
I also really like Emily Blunt. I think she's very good.
Yes. I was gonna say I am going to see this at 4:10 today, so please have good news.
It's okay.
Okay. I'll take okay.
It is entertaining in... I would say some parts. It's entertaining. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But I think they were trying to cram a lot in a short amount of time. Like, there was a lot going on.
Right.
Like,
what's kind of the basic premise?
So, the basic premise is there is this tree that's deep in the Amazon forest that when it blooms, the petals can cure essentially any disease. And Emily Blunt plays this medical student that wants to get one of these petals and so she can help cure diseases all over the world.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so she needs a guide to send her down the river to find this. That's where The Rock comes in.
Yes.
He's the riverboat captain.
Mm-hmm.
You come to find out, obviously there's a lot more to the story. There's some Germans that are after this thing as well. And that's part of the problem. There are so many different storylines going on at so many different times that it just gets a little confused and a little muddled.
Yeah.
And a bunch of stuff is lost.
You already have some, like, excellent talent that I don't think that you really need to have too much else going on. You kind of focus on a more simple story.
Yeah, focus on the main story and build from there.
Right.
Also, there's a CGI leopard in here that just looks awful.
Really?
It's not even close to realistic.
Get that one dude, the YouTuber,
yeah,
to fix it.
Right? But, I mean, like I said, I think it's worth a watch.
Are the animals more of the villains, or is there another big bad?
You barely see any animals.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. There's a few villains, which again is another problem. There's a lot of villains.
Yeah.
A lot of people after this thing. A lot of stories going on, and it just kind of becomes this convoluted mess. It's an entertaining convoluted mess, but a convoluted mess.
Did they, so like in the original Pirates, they, had these little Easter eggs for fans of the ride, the original ride. Did they do anything?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Pretty much, when you first see The Rock's character, he's essentially doing the Jungle Cruise
Tour?
ride.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
To these group of tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even doing all the stupid puns, everything. All the crappy looking animals in the water. Yeah. All the fake animals. Yeah.
Oh, that's
All that.
great. That's perfect. And then they just go from there.
Go from there. So, out of 5 pedals, I would give it 2.
Okay.
I'm hovering between 1.5 and 2.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
If you got nothing else to watch,
Yeah.
go check this one out.
Pretty much. But from what I've seen, I'm in the minority because people have been loving this movie.
Really?
Yeah. To me, it's a mix of Pirates of the Caribbean meets The African Queen meets Romancing the Stone.
Okay. I recently watched Romancing the Stone not too long ago.
It's not bad.
No, it's pretty. It's
pretty fun
funny.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, because you'd talked about this, that we were going to talk about it on the podcast, that you had started watching Sexy Beasts.
Sexy Beasts.
on Netflix? Yeah. So I was at work the other day, and I was just like, I might as well, it's kind of like slower. I might as well check it out and watch quite a few episodes and then finish the series in a day while making dinner.
It's a glorious train wreck of a show.
Yes. So what it is you've got one contestant, male or female, and then they are...
Yeah, what's the hook? What's the hook, AJ?
What's what? Oh, to draw people in?
Yeah.
The contestant, they're all... I don't know what you're searching for something here, Troy.
What's the main premise of the show?
Yes. You've got one person that is looking for love, looking for their sexy beast, and there's 3 other people that are competing for this one person's affection. So initially, they'll go on a quick date to kind of get to know each other, all 3 of them, and then they'll have to discard one person. Then that person takes off their masks and reveals, how they actually look, and then the majority of the time they're like, oh, damn, I'm lucked out, because they're actually, really super hot.
You're burying the lead. They're all put in makeup and prosthetics.
Yeah.
That's where the sexy beast comes in.
Right.
They're dressed as animals and demons, and there's one that's dressed as a panda. There's one that's dressed as a dolphin. There's one that
dressed as a frog. Which the frog, I actually want to find her. She's so damn hot. Yeah. Oh my hell. Yeah, and she's Canadian. She's from Toronto. I'm still looking for her. I actually Googled. How
Did you really?
Yeah, I swear to God. Afterwards, I'm like, damn. Let me see if I can find her Insta. Nope, no luck. I don't know who she is. So if anybody knows. But yeah, they're all in these prosthetics. So it kind of has a what was that one show that they dropped? It was the Face Off. Yeah. Where they would do makeup design and stuff. So it's reminiscent of Face Off meets The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Mm-hmm.
So after they go on their first date, that person gets revealed. Then they go on more lengthy, fun, exotic dates with these other remaining 2 contestants, and then they have to decide who their sexy beast is going to be. And then the person that loses gets to reveal themselves to the other person, and then you see if true love really takes. Mm-hmm. Which, oh my hell, there was this one dude that he was in a beaver outfit. He was so fucking annoying.
He was annoying.
Okay, I'm like, this dude is not finding love because, like, even when he took off his jacket, and, like, it was cold, you could see that they could see their breath, right?
Yeah.
He takes off his jacket and sets the jacket down and flexes, and she even, like, just to show, like, you know, he's like, here, I'm the whole package, kind of a deal, and drops the jacket. And then she's like, oh, I thought he was going to offer it to me. But, you know, oh, that's just like whatever his name, Ryan. That's just Ryan. You know, he's just like a kidder like that. And I'm like, no, he's a fucking tool.
Yeah.
Like, he's garbage. There was only 2 people that I actually thought that I'm like, wow, they are weird and they actually work well together and they could actually have a potential, like, you know, or at least date for some time. But even one girl at the very end, she was the owl that he ended up choosing. She's just like, I feel like we're just like more friends, like, than anything else. But we'll see, you know, go on another date and see how it works.
My favorite thing is when they try to kiss in the makeup.
Yeah.
It's like they have to bend these weird ways.
Or when they try to, like, drink some sort of a drink, because, like, there's always liquor involved in all these dates.
Yeah, it's...
I found, like, because they're only 20-something minutes a piece, I found myself fast-forwarding a little bit through it, and the one redeeming quality is I like to see what the people actually look like, because they do like, the makeup artists do a fantastic job, where they're changing them completely, like, with their facial features. You can't tell what's underneath there, or how much hair they actually have.
Or the race. Like, you can't tell what race they are.
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's kind of an interesting premise where it's just like, you know, can you get along with just your personalities and actually make a connection that way? So I feel like they have something there, but like that hook at the very end when they're saying like, so my sexy beast, I'm like, that sounds so stupid.
Yeah, no, the beaver dude just irritated shit out of me.
Yeah.
He was so full of himself.
Mm-hmm. And he wasn't like that good looking. No. My dude, like, tone that shit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he was, because he kept flexing, and he was a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, like, ripped.
No.
You know?
No.
He was just, like, a thick dude.
Right.
Like, alright, calm down.
It's definitely worth a watch if you got nothing else to do, or if you're, like, at the gym and you just want to, like, throw on something random. Because, like, there's some cool aspects to it, but, I'm sitting as far, let's see, out of 5 demons, I'm sitting at like a 2.
Yeah.
I think I might have liked it just a little bit better than Troy. Because Troy, you've only watched like, what, 2 episodes?
I thought I watched more.
Yeah.
Apparently I only watched 2 episodes. Yeah. Like, I have one on right now. It's the girl dressed up as a panda.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
that guy's dressed up as a bison.
Yeah. She is so damn weird, but the person that she chooses, I think actually works. But, like, it was really super telling is because one of the times she's just like, hey, if I were to gain, like, you know, 300 pounds, would you still want to date me? And he's just like, I'm like, the whole fucking premise is that you're going off their personality, dude. Like, why the hell wouldn't you just say, like, yes, you know, yeah, like, it's about your personality that matters.
Yeah. Oh, there she is. There's her reveal.
Yeah.
She looks a little fake.
That toad fraud chick, oh my god, dude. I went back and looked, and there's a whole list of, they ranked everybody, all of these people, and...
What episode was the frog chick in?
The last one.
Very last one?
Mm-hmm.
The rooster one?
Yeah, because it's got I think it's got her in it, and the deer... but she got dropped at the very beginning. I was very heartbroken.
Very upset.
Very upset.
Check her out.
Now, we'll have to get to one that we've both seen.
Yes. The Suicide Squad.
Yes.
When you came here, you were kind of talking about it, and you were asking me, "Oh, is it the same universe as the first one? Is it, you know, a sequel?" Like,
yeah,
I don't know,
because it felt like they were almost trying to like bury the original one, but they still like use some of the same cast.
Yeah, like Rick Flag was the same, Harley Quinn was the same, Captain Boomerang was the same,
mm-hmm.
Amanda Waller was the same.
Yeah,
and so I just thought, like, I don't know. I went into this movie with
Not high hopes.
zero expectations.
Yeah.
But I love James Gunn as a director.
Yeah.
What he can do with these weird, odd groups and make them likable
Yeah.
is incredible. Like, he took a CDE list group, Guardians of the Galaxy,
Mm-hmm.
and made them fan favorites.
Right.
So this is like, this movie was right up his alley. So I thought, okay, I trust James Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go and see it.
Yeah.
This movie's fantastic. It is over the top. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's super violent. And it's just, it's like...
Oh, yeah, super violent. Especially that beach scene in the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, my hell. His face just came off.
Yeah. Like, without any spoilers, I was like, they're not going to kill... Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Just go around just lightly chapping people. Oh, that was funny. Anyway. I did not expect to like this movie as much as I did.
Yeah.
It was like I was watching a comic book movie come to life. Or a comic book come to life.
Yes.
In the best way, because comic books are, by nature, kind of ridiculous. The top. And James Gunn took the best parts of that and gave you a really fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, is it like the best DC film so far? No.
No. No.
But it's one of the most fun. And that's what I'm looking for.
Right.
I'm just looking to be entertained. And if you can turn a badass out of Polka Dot Man...
Right.
And turn him into a legit threat.
Right. Yeah. He's like, I just think that they're like my mother.
Yeah.
And that's how I can kill him.
Oh, that was funny as fuck when he kept seeing his mom everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh crap! But yeah, if you
even that first scene where they're like, oh, we have to go rescue this person, and then they go on that mission, and like, oh, I see. Yeah.
It's like, where are all my men? I didn't see anybody. I don't know.
What'd you think of John Cena's character?
I liked his character.
Okay.
I liked that he was called Peacemaker, but it was...
But he's like, I will kill anybody, like, to get peace.
To get peace.
Like, oh, yeah.
He was,
very
again...
patriotic.
He was so over the top.
Yeah.
And he was like he thinks of himself as like a superhero. Like, I'm here to dispense justice any way possible. And he played up to that. And it was great. I loved the little rivalry between him and Bloodsport.
Mm-hmm. Going back and forth. It was really reminiscent of like Legolas and Gimli kind of thing.
And
well, he's like, you didn't like fatally kill him. And he's like, oh, but I did it in a badass way. You know, pop.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to top each other how they were killing people.
Right.
Oh man, it was funny. I like King Shark. I even liked Harley Quinn.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And I even liked her in this movie. I'm like,
because she didn't seem over the top and like too crazy. She was just one of the crew.
Yeah.
You know who I actually thought did a fantastic job is Viola Davis as Amanda Walker. Dude, she was like cold-hearted as it gets. I'm like, damn, this bitch doesn't care about anybody.
Mm-mm.
She's like, they're expendable, you know?
Yeah, and again, not giving any spoilers, but the end is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought I would see that particular villain on film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it is one of the dumbest, most ridiculous supervillains that DC's ever created. And yet, there it was. As a legit threat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you just want to go Go to the movie. Again, have some fun. Be entertained.
It's also on HBO Max as well.
Oh, there you go. It is a superhero film, but don't take the kids. It is so violent.
Yes.
They do not shy away.
No.
But everybody's just really... Idris Elba is amazing.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Ratcatcher 2, I thought was great.
Even the little rat was funny.
Yeah, even the little rat.
What? Is that rat waving at me? Yeah, I think it wants you to know it's friendly.
It's good. It's a lot of fun. I'll probably end up watching it again.
Yeah.
It's just fun. So out of 5...
Polka dots?
Polka dots?
Yeah.
Man, I'm...
3.5? Someone there?
I was thinking 3.5.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yep. Just go to the theater or watch on HBO Max. Shut off your brain and just have a good time. That's all it is. I even liked Sylvester Stallone as King Shark.
Yeah. I thought he did a good job. Like, at first I was like, wait, what is that? Oh, I recognize that voice.
Yeah. They changed it up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But you can tell that's Sylvester Stallone.
He's kind of like getting into it, like similar to, what's his name? I'm Groot. Vin Diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of style. I think they'll come up with another movie for sure.
Oh, and I totally called it too. That character Weasel.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at him like,
he's not dead.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
But I was looking at him like, that's Sean Gunn. That's James Gunn's brother. Like, because James Gunn puts his brother in every, like, he was Rocket Raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm like, I bet you that's Sean Gunn.
Yeah.
Credits popped up. Weasel, Sean Gunn. I knew it. Yeah. All right. I think that pretty much wraps it up for this one.
Yeah.
But remember, though, head over to our Patreon. We're going to do another World War G After Dark, and we're talking about all things sex, baby. It's going to be an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Especially the questions I have lined up for you.
Deal.
So head over there and check it out. All right. Here's where you can find us. You can listen to all of our episodes at patreon.com/worldwarg, where you can find all the episodes and all of our extra stuff. Or you can listen to just the episodes on worldwarg.podbean.com. We're also on facebook.com/worldwarg. We're on TikTok, worldwarg. Just search for us. You can find all of our merchandise at tpublic.com. You can also email us anytime.
Day or night.
At worldwargpod@gmail.com. We were talking to a guy actually to get a new logo going. Which I haven't heard from him, but I should email him, see what's going on. But anyway. Yeah. So this has been World War G. That's been AJ.
That's been Troy.
Stay geeky, my friends. And then head over to Patreon and stay sexy, my friends. Oh, yeah.